Hello, Wargamers, and welcome back. Purple Druid presents Wargame Culture. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. This is going to be a very exciting year, and I'm really looking forward to growing the channel and growing the community and getting much more involved with some really cool projects that people have going on all over the place. First of all, I do want to touch on the Dungeon 23 project. Here at Purple Druid Presents, we believe that Dungeons and Dragons and similar fantasy role-playing games are indeed war games, and the Dungeon 23 project for me is going to be a way to tie together the wilderness, the dungeon, and the domain in ways that I don't think have really been addressed fully or very deeply, or at least not recently. So taking a little break from Dungeon 23 work today, the most recent stuff I was working on were some of these. Where's the map here? I made some additions to the hex map. 3015 is the hex we're working on right now. And we have the complete encounter table, as well as a couple new features. And there will be some new information about the factions coming up soon. The second part of big news or fun news is I finally got my hands on Xenos Rampant today. Very excited about this. And just as a caveat, I was late getting it because I picked it up at the local game store, because I like to support the little guy when I can. And that game store has been there for a long time. I've been going there for over 20 years, so I want to make sure that they're around for a while. But I'm really excited about this in particular because I've been chatting online with a few guys, and somebody mentioned something about we should do Aliens versus Napoleonics, and I ran an Aliens versus Cowboys game at a con back in November. So Xenos Rampant, I think, will be the perfect opportunity to go ahead and revisit that scenario that I ran using Fistful of Lead, and we'll go ahead and use Xenos Rampant for that same scenario. But I did make a mail order for some minis, which you can see here. These are from Coruscant. And these are the Xenomorphs. And you get 12 in a pack. And for some reason, there's only 3 poses. So for some reason, there's 6 of this pose. So I did my best to put the heads on in different ways and twist the tails around to make them look different. So essentially, I believe I'll be doing 4 different color schemes for the 4 different groups of 3. Most likely, they'll just get bunched together, depending on what the rules say. I haven't even cracked the rule book. I've seen a couple of videos regarding playing Xenos Rampant, and I know that some of the units come in groups of 5, but I know that they can also get bigger. And as I recall from the other Rampant series games, particularly Dragon Rampant, that you can do smaller units. And frankly, it doesn't really matter. I can use 3 minis and say that this unit has 5 hit points, and we'll just track them with a die. So that's not a big deal. In addition to the Xenos that you see here, I'm going to get these out of the way though. I also picked up some of these little guys. These are human or humanoid, at least human-sized aliens. And they're kind of cool. They're all armed with a rifle of some sort. They have what looks like a space helmet on with a face shield. So they are ready for battle. I think these guys look pretty cool. Hopefully you can see that all right. Then we also got some of these heavy armored hunter aliens. They look kind of predatory, don't they? Like they could hunt. And then of course we have the classic predatory hunter aliens here, which again, these I'm going to paint up in the classic movie format. These armored ones I think I might do in kind of a desert camo, because we'll be using them with the Cowboys. Likewise, these humanoids will probably get painted up in that same sort of plan. The xenomorphs, however, I think I'm going to model their color schemes. Well, that's really out of focus. There we go. I'm going to model their color schemes on animals. And so, for instance, this one is kind of down on all fours. Come on, there you go. And I think I'll paint this one like a tiger. This one, again, maybe, you know, if you got some suggestions or something you'd like to see, go ahead and throw that down in the comments below. I obviously haven't started these yet, and we'll probably work on these later this week. This is kind of a cool pose. Can you see that one? They come with separate heads, so you have to glue the heads on. So you can twist and turn the heads any way you want. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's what we have with miniatures. In other news, I was in Illinois for the holidays. We took a 10-day trip, my wife and I, to go and see my family for Christmas and New Year's, which was pretty cool. I haven't spent Christmas with them in a long time. Anyhow, I went to an old hobby store there. It's called Royal Hobbies. It's in Rockford, Illinois. And it's actually used to be owned by Jeff Perrin. Yes, that Jeff Perrin who wrote Chainmail with Gary Gygax. So I picked up a couple of average dice. So those can be fun. We'll do some things with that. And they also had, check this out. These are blank dice. These are expensive online. They were only 25 cents a piece. So I got 5 different colors, and we'll make some custom dice. Probably we'll use these for the Mass Battle campaign, the Imaginations campaign, when that comes up, because we're going to be combining a couple of rule systems to make that happen. So these are really exciting. I think I'll be painting on these, the symbols and or numbers, and then I'll hit them with some clear coat to make sure that stays on. But I got some extra white ones just specifically for that, to test inks and paints and that sort of thing, and see how it turns out. So that's where we are for right now. There will be a board game video this week. We'll be playing Broadside, and that'll be coming out for you this week. There will be a new Substack article coming out on Thursday, and it looks like I have enough information to be able to put out at least 3 and probably 4 articles on the Substack this month. And finally, getting back to Dungeon 23, while I will be updating that daily on Twitter, on my role-playing account, I'm going to be doing a weekly blog post on the Hobby Workshop blog, and then a monthly video. So there'll only be one dungeon role-playing video per month, probably, on the channel. The rest, we'll try to keep it to war gaming and miniature gaming. But that'll be once a month, and that will also be accompanied by a long blog post detailing each level. So at the beginning of each month, we'll have that little video that will go over all the work we did for the level that was created the previous month. So that's where we are. We're really excited about the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. And as always, hit like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you have any questions or just want to share what you're up to as well. I'd really appreciate it. Have a great day and keep on gaming.